What's that information for you?
I guess I haven't seen the email come out, but it should be effective immediately.
Yeah, the emails will get things to the right.
Yeah, no, it should be effective immediately, so maybe there's a duplicate.
There you go. I don't think that email came through.
Sean, where'd you get your record you slide in there like
This?
Yeah, that's really neat.
Oh, yeah.
We had these made,
It's linked to the doc.
oh, it sounds.
Oh,
So
okay. This is the jam.
we had these, we had belt buckles, and I made that.
Yeah.
A logic lab.
There you go. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Does anybody have one of them?
Were they made like locally or did you order them from?
Yeah, we ordered them.
That's normally known as Twitter.
I'm trying to remember where, I think so.
I usually just say Twitter.
I usually just don't use it.
Should actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I have to do is reorder.
I didn't realize that and I collect notifications. Having an engine going on the chest was hard to attach and be pretty. I mean,
It's easy to attach.
oh, that's really similar.
Yeah, yes, it was heavy and it came out on.
I don't think we have anybody we need.
2012, when it came out, it was a hot
If
item.
they really,
I know
if they really cared.
That's
they
awesome.
would come here.
Yeah, I'll bring one to
AJ, if you
meeting
want
with
the
you.
attention of all,
Yeah, go too.
she found out.
Sean.
Yeah, I'd love to do that.
We covered house and TV when we have to pay property tax for inside the TV.
Well, we pay property tax.
So if you just build it out.
We don't pay it first for the house.
Put it in.
Put it, we pay this. The house is larger, it has us a little more.
But if we cover it,
That's what I-
we would TP the problem.
I've been able to successfully argue with the auditor before, so.
I'm trying to think of ways to bring down property value.
I am going to start the LEC call to order at 7:02 PM, November 2nd, 2024. Who all do we have on mine?
You have James Walker, John Bisbee, and Abe Abraham.
I am going to go to roll call. I will do roll call of officers first. Lodge Chief Alex Randash, I'm present. Lodge Vice Chief of Committees, Joey. Vice Chief of Chapters, John. Secretary, Drake. Treasurer, Trent. Past Lodge Chief, Logan Hill. Moving on to roll call of committees. Program, Lucas. Communications, Kalen. He's here, we'll come back to that. Membership, Lillian. Communications, Kalen.
Present.
Thank you. Going to roll call of advisors, Jeffrey Jones.
He's here.
Someone. Ryan Hansen.
Here.
Matt Everson.
Yeah.
Ashley Everson. Here. Larry Martin. Bo Miller.
Here.
Seth Murray.
Here.
Abe Abraham.
Here.
Thank you. I'll go roll call of chapters, chapter 2 youth. 2 adult. 5 youth.
Here.
5 adult.
Here.
Are you keeping track?
7.
7 youth.
Here.
7 adult. 8 youth.
Here.
8 adult.
Yeah.
10 youth. 10 adult. 11 youth. Yeah. 11 youth. 11 adults.
Oh, James Walker raises his hand.
13 youth.
Present.
13 adult. 14 youth. 14 adults.
John Bisbee raises his hand.
All right. Moving on to officer reports, I'll go first. There is a good chunk of us here meeting for Lodge Leadership Development. We have 2 of next year's officers here. Trainings went pretty smoothly. We had some fun. Biggest thing is we're getting ready to talk tonight about next year's plans and getting everything set up for that. Committee reports, Kayla, communications?
Yes, so the communications committee has been busy, talking with next year's lodge officers and also preparing the social media and other media outlets for the upcoming first 6 months of the year and the remainder of the year. And we're super excited to transition into a new committee chair next year as I transition out into the role of chapter 13 advisor.
All right, thank you, Kayla. I know our chairman isn't here, but Seth, do we have anything for membership?
No.
Okay. Moving on into chapter reports. Chapter 5 report.
Doing pretty well, planning a lock-in for the end of, or about midway through November here. Got it, now November.
Right, chapter 8 is next. Or 7,
Yeah, no report.
or chapter 8,
No,
chapter 11. I haven't been there in a while because you do, okay.
So at the last meeting, we got to know our new chapter advisor, Meredith Guildford. We're super thankful for her stepping up into that role. We have a new officer corps that's excited and eager to see what the officers have planned for this next year and are excited to share the vision we discussed this weekend at LLD.
Chapter 13.
Chapter 13 is excited to begin the new year. We're excited for the vision the officers have, and we're looking forward to the new advisor we have starting in December, and thank Karen Ziegler for her leadership over the past 2 years.
All right. And then anything from chapter 14?
Nothing much to report right now. I've recently just taken over in the role of being chapter advisor, so I'm in the midst of collecting some of the things that are going on over here and seeing where I can start.
Thank you. Moving on into old business, we will go over approval of LLD minutes. This was at Fall Conclave. The only officer there was myself. The only committee chair there was Kaylin. We had 5 of our advisors there. Chapters 5, 8, 11, and 13 were present, so we had quorum. We approved the LEC eminent reports minutes. We had discussed the 50th anniversary of Camperall that was held over the summer. Under new business, we discussed section conclave, 2024 launch goals, Pa-Hin party, which is this weekend. It was at Fall Conclave. So we discussed Fall Conclave 2026 date and location, which is August 7th through 9th at Camp Wilderness. We voted on 2025 event patches. We did lodge elections for Lodge Chief for Rylan, Lodge Vice Chief Alex. And then adjournment was 8-11. I will entertain a motion to approve the 2024 LAB minutes.
So moved.
So moved by Kalen. Do I have a second? Second by Brian. All in favor of the motion, please say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. All right, next topic is going to be unit election discussions. Do one of the advisors want to talk about that a little bit?
Communications committee has a little bit on that.
Communications can talk about that.
Yes, so the communications committee is excited to start pushing out information regarding unit elections and some other materials to advisors and chapter leadership to assist in the induction process. We understand that unit elections are an integral part of the Order of the Arrow and membership retention process. And so we want to make sure that the lodge is fully prepared this year to maximize their efforts in gaining new members. So keep an eye out for those in your email. And we also have some other materials for the new ordeal candidates after they are elected. Thank you.
Thank you, Kaylin. 2025 event patches. We have decided to do another dangle patch for our. Matt, how do you want to describe the thing that we have?
Yeah, we have a dangle holder and all our red patches are various dangle off the holder.
All right, yeah, so we have a tie-on patch and it is going to be a flame this year. Yeah, I think that's about it. One thing is that we patches ad hoc committee or treasurer, need to get designs going and then get those ordered.
I can see our work sometimes.
Okay. Anything else on that? Nope, okay.
When I have designs, I can plan to post them to the Slack group, as I get not necessarily new alternative Slack. So, if you're in the Slack group, watch that they be coming out sometime this week, and if you're not in the Slack group and like no more of the artwork, talk to me after the meeting.
All right, so anyone in the Slack, please look out for that, or if you want to know more, contact me at Everson. Otherwise, we will be moving into new business now. First order of new business is going to be Winter Fellowship Host Chapter. As many of you know, we have a new chapter, a new expansion to Pa-Hin Lodge and Northern Lights Council up in Bemidji. After speaking with them, they have said that they're interested in hosting Winter Fellowship, but not ready to quite lock in. So I'm going to entertain a motion to let Bemidji chapter host Winter Fellowship. If not, have the decision rely up to the lodge leadership team to find a location for next year.
They don't have locked in by a certain date.
When will we know?
I would do.
I'll revise that. Entertain a motion to allow the Bemidji chapter to host Winter Fellowship. If there is no response by Thanksgiving, the officer crew will decide a location for it.
What about date? Would that stay the same?
That,
Locked in?
no, the next point on the agenda is going to be talking about the approval of 2025 lodge events and dates. And then their costs as well. Should this just be lumped in with that? Do you wanna open up the 2025?
Yeah, that's where I was going, is that if we have a date and Bemidji can't pull, then one of the other districts or one of the other chapters, if they know that that date is the same, then other people that are gonna take off time of school, whatever, to go, they know we're either going to Bemidji or we're going to Minot. One of the two, that's for sake of discussion.
To bounce off of that. I'm gonna motion to table that until after the dates and the prices have been decided for 2025. That way, we'll have a little bit more information and we can move from there. And,
Okay. Do we need a motion to table that, or can we just,
you give me the one,
Okay.
table this.
so Kalen motions to table, do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Ryland. All in favor, motion by saying aye. All opposed, same sign. All right, we will table this discussion until after the approval of next year's calendar. We will be moving over to next year's calendar now. Should have been. So some current and past officers, or current and future officers, as well as our advisors, sat down and looked this over. Our proposed 2025 event schedule, prices, and season pass proposal is going to be Winter Fellowship, the January 31st to February 2nd, so the last week of January 1st of February. Location is to be determined. Kind of the thought process was let Bemidji host if they'd like, if not, go to Camp Grafton. The price for this would be 40 for all members, and then light price $45. This won't change at all. The late price deadline is a week before the event. Eastern Spring, May 9th through 11th at Camp Wilderness. 40 for members, 55 for Brotherhood, 65 for Ordeal, and then $5 up for the late. Western Spring, May 16th through 19th at Big Four. Again, that 40, 55, 65 with $5 up for late. Fall Conclave has already been decided at last year's Fall Conclave. August 8th through 10th at Heart Butte, prices being 40, 55, 65. And then $5 for late. Lodge Leadership Development, the October 24th to 26th, so it's not Halloween weekend, but not so late that we're getting into deer season, so mid-late October. We're thinking Camp Grafton for prices, do $20 for members and then $25 for late price. And then because some of our prices did change for some of these events on this one compared to for events next year compared to this year, the season pass price would change to $120. This is going to be to all lodge events that were shown above. This will not include any section, national, or council events. Buying this will include patches from all lodge events, whether you attend or not. And then Brotherhood candidates will have to incur an additional $15 fee if they go through their Brotherhood ceremony just to cover the cost of the sash. So notes at the bottom, Winter Fellowship was raised by $5, LLD was was priced $10 higher. No pricing changes for spring or fall. The date and location for fall was already approved. Season pass discount is still around 33% if you go to an early event. You're still saving as much, but it's just a little bit higher to account for the price differences. And then it specifies here, late pricing is to commence 1 week before this event starts. I will entertain a motion to approve the 2025 event schedule and prices as shown. Motion by Alex, do I have a second? Second by Rylan. Moving to discussion, the officers and advisors talked about this last night, so we kind of had an idea of what we're looking at coming into this meeting, but does anyone else have any questions or concerns about it?
I see a lot of Camp Grafton on there. If we reached out to confirm that that facility is even available those potential weekends, even if it's not booked.
I don't believe so.
That makes me weary is if we approve it as we see it right now, you know, that by rules of order, it does kind of lock us in as to Camp Grafton's a backup plan, and I don't want a backup plan that might not even be available. Just the thought process there. Otherwise, I think it looks pretty acceptable.
Any other discussion?
Shouldn't anything else?
Ryan, do you
Just
have
prove
anything
it
to
as
say about it?
is.
So you can.
Not really, I think we. So, you know, some of the.
We have a motion on this, it's just the goals, no.
There's motions on
Why does he entertain the motion to approve this? That's what. Alex. You can do that motion.
Any other discussion?
Have the- 1 second. To change the wording so that it doesn't reflect Camp Grafton's the back
Until it's.
until it's been over.
Yep.
So just strike Camp Grafton.
No. I mean, you could do that one. That would make it more simple.
I'll just say to change the wording on the locations to be determined. Okay, so I'm gonna move to amend the main motion to reflect changes on the document in the following order, changing Winter Fellowship location to be determined. And, oh gosh. Lodge Leadership Development location as well to be determined.
All right, we have a motion, do we have a second? Second by Rylan. Any discussion on this?
Again, the reason why is I don't want us to get pigeonholed into something that isn't available, because of Robert's Rules of Order, what we approve here would be binding. So I mean,
Not necessarily.
not necessarily, but it, just to ease confusion,
Stops us from having to do another motion later.
yeah, so that's my logic.
Mr. Chair, question. So when you say to be determined, who would determine that and how?
Lodge
By the
leadership.
executive.
That's a very broad.
By the executive. By
Um,
the key three.
So no
I guess-
motion on the main motion.
Well, just add in by the key three.
okay, to be determined by the key three for both of them.
So is that, I guess, if you want to follow Robert's Rules of Order.
I have to amend the motion on the main motion on the.
You have to amend the amendment on the motion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so.
It's important, or you could say that's what he said originally.
That's important.
Yeah.
Okay.
So. All right, change to be determined by key three.
All right, any other discussion? All right, all in favor, motion by saying aye. All opposed, same sign.
Now you have to vote on the original motion.
I motion to approve it as it stands with its amendments.
Second. All discussion. Discussion,
Sorry, guys.
discussion. Hearing no discussion, I'll be voting. All in favor, please motion by saying aye. All opposed, same sign.
Same sign.
All right, proposal for next year's events is approved with the following amendments made. What he said.
We got that on writing somewhere.
Hopefully Ryan got it. Ryan got that.
I have it written down as an amendment, approved amendments concerning location, LLD and road frontage.
Yeah,
Good job.
Yeah, good job. Thanks, chief.
Okay, now
You're
that
welcome.
that's done, we're gonna move to 2025 lodge operating budget. We're just gonna read through it first, so then we don't have any.
Actually, Mr. Chairman, if I could request the floor.
Why?
One second, let me look up this, let me read this wording that I was. I move to take the following from the table. Where's the agenda?
Hold on, stand by, I'll get it for you.
I move to take Winter Fellowship Post Chapter under new business from the table.
Second. We have a second.
Second,
All right, discussion.
I'm sorry, guys, this got really complicated, that's my bad.
My discussion is we don't need it. We voted on it.
No, we didn't, we voted to table it, we still have to bring it back, board.
But now we're removing it because we voted on what it's talking about in the other motion.
Yeah, but we still have to determine a host chapter, because that's in the new business.
That's why we're removing it.
Yeah, I moved it, so we could have a date first.
No, but you're trying to remove it from the agenda.
No, I'm trying to bring it back because it was
Oh,
on the
you're
agenda.
bringing it back? Oh,
I moved from the table.
I thought you were saying remove it from the table. I don't, okay.
Okay, it's on. Make us vote as to whether to bring it from the table.
Discussion. 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 Okay, all in favor, motion by saying aye. All opposed, same sign. All right, going back to it.
There actually is, it's two values.
Rylan.
I get one or two hats.
It's always fun wearing lots of hats. Okay, so I would just like to say that I'm glad this is back where we can talk about it again. We have more information to make a more informed decision. I have to make posters about this tonight. I want all the details, please.
You got it.
All right, I'll give the floor to Rylan.
the discussion. To discuss the matter of Winter Fellowship Post Chapter. I propose that if we do not get confirmation from Bemidji by Thanksgiving, we move into planning by Q3. So. You haven't motioned anything, so I
You're proposing, not motioning.
Yeah.
Proposes. Well, I propose this, if we don't get confirmation from the committee by Thanksgiving, I say Bismarck will take it. Why are we so, I forget there's not a bunch of.
I was gonna say 90% of us can't say anything.
You can discuss with us, you can't vote.
I think that it would be a wonderful idea, seeing as we have some local Bismarckians that are ready to step back into the fold and on the youth side. And with a fresh set of eyes and chapter advisor, I feel like we are poised to rise from the ashes and really take hold.
For discussion purposes, do you think just saying end of the month rather than Thanksgiving, because then we have like that weird half week, so it might be harder for people to get back to you. Whereas end of the month is a more set date that should end on a normal work week.
Not the only like 2 months we didn't plan it. Oh, I can do it. Yeah, I was trying to do 9, so everything's already planned by the 9. I just have to get it. You guys want to.
So. Another thing is, with this being our winter fellowship is like our awards. So we do our awards and recognition meeting here, and then we actually award them at the Saturday banquet. At Winter Fellowship, it is our winter banquet. Do we want to try doing it in Bismarck, or would we like to try doing it in Fargo at the Scout office, because the big room there seems like it'd be a lot more suitable for like the banquet than here. Just thoughts.
My personal privilege, what was just said?
So privileged. That's not serious.
So, okay, this is our banquet.
Okay.
We do Saturday night is a big winter, our feast, and we give out all our awards. Do we want to try to do that somewhere here in Bismarck, or do we want to try and do it at the Scout office, because they have a really nice space for it? Again, nothing's in motion, we're just discussing.
So are you discussing the winter fellowship still, or are we moved on from that?
Winter fellowship stuff,
Okay, we're still discussing winter fellowship.
if nothing happens with the midget.
Okay, I don't know, just want to propose on this new sheet of information given to me. To bring forward to the discussion, looking at calculated drive times. For reference, the drive for Bemidji to Bismarck is about 5 hours and 50 minutes. From Alexandria, it's about 4 hours and 28 minutes. From Williston, it's about 3 hours and 29. And Dickinson, it's about 1 hour and 28 minutes.
Do we all have 40 minutes with grab works?
But my concern would be it's a very long distance for some of the new and old portions of the council.
If I could interject, I'd say it's that way, even if we put it in Bemidji, because I still have to drive the same distance, just the opposite way.
So the point's kind of void, I understand, but the counterpoint is that Grafton is roughly.
Okay, I'll do that.
It's more central location.
It's longer for some people, but it is roughly about the same for everyone, would be the counterpoint to this one.
Okay. Okay. I'd like to make a motion.
Motion.
I motion to have the host chapter / site of Winter Fellowship be decided by the key 3 with input from the lodge officer team by Thanksgiving.
Second.
Second.
Well, back up. You can't do anything, you're the chairperson, you're just a tie-breaking vote. You can't second anything.
No, I'm asking if there's a second. Ryland seconded.
He was asking.
Okay.
Second question mark. That was my question. Ryland seconded.
Dang right.
Okay, motion by Kalen, seconded by Ryland. Discussion. I think it's a good idea. Let the key 3 figure it out. We get input from the lodge officer team. And then we have a location picked out by Thanksgiving, so we can have promotion out by the end of the month.
Okay.
So then everyone knows where we're gonna be at the end of January. Any other discussion?
Is that the T3 or the outer?
Motion to amend the main motion to reflect the following verbiage and wording changes.
6.
It would be the current key three
Key three.
by that wording. Cause that is.
Yeah,
who's
that's-
currently in office.
That's why I'm motioning to amend the main motion to fix the wording.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, so reflect the following wording. Approved by a combination of,
Order, you already have a motion on the floor, you can't make a motion to a motion unless a motion that already through a question and has been voted and new motion can be entertained.
I object.
I determine motion.
I'm motioning to amend the main motion.
You're not a youth, they're not full.
And then I can maybe any.
So where are we at right now?
In Robert Rules.
I'm looking for a 5-minute recess.
Point of order until 3 revisions ago. I was gonna apply this wrong.
What? What are we doing? I'm confused.
Can I do a forced recess? Can I just say take a 5-minute break?
No, 2 minutes.
I'll get one.
Okay, so current key. There you go.
Hey, Brian.
As a point of discussion, I would like to attempt to return the meeting to a more beneficial track by suggesting that we just have somebody make a motion to just continue from where we're at with a common understanding rather than backtracking for motions.
I second.
I do it.
Thank you, non-voting members.
Okay, I would like to make a motion of what you just said.
Okay,
I second it.
There we go.
discussion.
Can someone please repeat the motion that we are on?
Yep.
Okay,
Oh,
you wanna repeat what you just said?
So in order to get back on track, rather than backtracking all the way, we know that you guys have selected a winter fellowship date. And that on Thanksgiving, it will be decided by the key three, rather than backtracking all the way, just make the motion to say that there will be that addendum. As voted in for whether it is the current or oncoming key three making that decision. Rather than addending the 4 other addendums.
So I don't understand what we're doing.
One of the youth, Phil, make a motion to say that we want to have it be, what was your idea, the new people? The new, yeah.
Okay, I would like to make a motion that all of the decisions that are on the table currently are made by the new key three. Is that what we're talking about?
Just pretty vague. Just after Thanksgiving.
Okay, after Thanksgiving,
Key
the
three
new key three
will decide
will decide.
who is hosting.
By
And-
Thanksgiving.
Yep,
That also known as the 2025 officer.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's 2025. Okay. Okay, so the current revised, the motion we're putting forward is that by Thanksgiving. Caitlin, say the motion again.
I've had like 8 of them. What's going on?
Say the first one about the new key three doing the thing about winter fellowship.
Okay. The new key three, also known as the 2025 Lodge Chief and Associated Scouting Professionals and Lodge Advisor, will make the decision by Thanksgiving on the host site and chapter for Winter Fellowship.
A second. Okay, discussion. Yeah. That's my discussion. Anything else? Discussion? 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 Hearing no discussion, we're gonna move to voting. All in favor, please motion by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign.
Same sign. It's all good.
Theoretically, I wanted a 5-minute break to go get water. Can I just do that or have to vote?
5-minute recess. Yeah, what he said, I motion to do what he said.
Maybe not 5 minutes. Let's do like, cause there's people on
Let's
the
get a 2-minute recess. Second.
Discussion.
Yeah. Go get water.
Okay, voting yes.
Aye.
No. No one against. Okay, be back here by 43.
This got complicated. It all started with your point of personal privilege.
No, I meant to say point of personal inquiry, what was happening?
We think about it.
We'll be back after these short messages.
You know, I've had this whole thing covered in tiny words before.
All right, you're live.
All right. Order in the court. Okay. Now that we figured that out, we're moving on to approval of 2025 lodge operating budget. I'm not going to make a motion because I don't want to rescind anything, so we're just going to talk about it first.
No.
Okay, so little quick run on what this is. This is our current operating budget. Here is last year's.
Hold on. They can't see what you're doing.
Just put your cursor where my finger is.
Okay.
Okay. Here's last year's. Under F.
Under G.
Under F, that's G. Last year's. This is this year's. This is this year's projected budget under G. Under M, or I guess I is our proposed one for next year. M is our actual spending of this year. Any questions so far? Okay. Okay. So the top here is revenue.
Can't see that.
This is how much we've gained. So far this year in. Under regular events. We projected about 12,000 this year. We're close to 11,000. We did not get as much membership of events this year as we wanted, but that's what we're at so far. Going down to trading post. We're lower than we thought, but we're getting up there, projected to be about the same as our projected from this year. Our dues. We were expecting a lot more. We are down from our projected membership that we wanted. Will Hill. I don't know what this is.
No.
Not relevant. Refunds.
Not relevant.
Not relevant. NOAC. This year was a NOAC year. Next year is not a NOAC year, so we will not be having NOAC on our projected budget. Total revenue. Predicted to be down. Because we are currently down from our projected from this year. There's not much to say about it. Going into expenses. Ryan, do you want to come talk about this?
Yeah, most of your, pretty much all of your youth here were in the room with me.
This is our projected spending. There's stuff that isn't gonna be on here, but we're on here from previous years. Such as PPE, regalia. One thing that is different is chapter funding. Going down, there's some stuff that can't be changed, like, towards the bottom, there's like bank fees, some other stuff. A lot of the NOAC stuff isn't gonna be relevant for next year. Some of our site rentals for like rollers and stuff, our program fees, if we come down. Yeah, any questions on it? Okay, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the 2025 OA money.
So moved.
So moved by Caitlin. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Bill. Any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? All in favor, motion by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Alright, motion passes. That is going to be it for new business. Moving into good of the order. So with the last 2 months of the year coming around, there is not a lot for the current officer team that's happening the next 2 months. The biggest thing is our new officers. We have 2 of them here who have gone through the training, and it seems like they are getting ready pretty effectively to do their job starting January 1st. I just like to wish the next oncoming officers good luck. That's about it. Advisors minute, Jeff?
I have something for you.
Okay,
I'm say it like that.
okay.
I just want to say thank you to everyone that was here this weekend for lodge leadership development, especially our 2 lodge officers that were able to come for next year. Wish you guys luck with your term. And I urge you to remember some of the messages we learned this weekend, especially the difference between leading and following, and how you can do both and still be contributing force of change within the Order of the Arrow and your communities. And I urge you to take that message back to your peers in your chapters and just continue to spread that message and inspire others. Good luck.
Thank you, Kale, for stealing my thunder.
I got it.
Thanks again, it was an effective weekend, I think. Everybody learned something, and I think fun was just that by.
Thank you, Jeff. Ryan's turn.
Yes, and to these new officers we have, think about, and to all of you, think about your biggest accomplishment this year. Hopefully you're proud of whatever that accomplishment is this year with OA, and I'm looking forward to see what you do next year. What you can do to top it.
Alright. During the meeting, 7:50. Entertaining a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
So moved by Karen, does that again? Do we have a second?
Okay.
Seconded by Alex, all in favor, of the motion by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Okay,